What's up everyone, 124san's here. Final Fantasy has came back for Premier Draft, so of course I'll have to play it out, because this is my favorite format after all. Without further ado, let's look at our pack one, pick one. We got literally the best uncommon of this set, Choco Comet. Just basically Flame Tongue Calvus that can hit face and also scales with like the mana you spend on it. But there's also Astrologian's Planisphere, which is a quite powerful rare. Makes a 1/1 and makes equip creature whatever you cast a non-creature spell or draw your third card, you put a counter on it. I think these are pretty close, but I think I like Chocolate Comet more, to be honest. This card is just absurd by itself, and we are certainly rewarded for it by getting a pass to Safer Almasi, which is a bomb in red. 4 mana sweep 4. When a creature you control attacks alone, gains double strike, and when Saver deals combat damage to a player, you can cast an instant sorcery from your graveyard with mana value 0 or less without paying its mana cost. But yeah, even without the second ability, you can just make anything double strike, and it works the turn he comes in as long as you have one attacker. That makes it quite powerful. Outside of red, the blue cards are also pretty good with Sahagin and Dreams of Laguna. There's some pretty premium blue cards here. But yeah, let's just stick to red for now. And if there's a chance, I would love to play blue-red. One of my most favorite color and archetype to be in. For Pokemon pick 3 though, the red and the blue are kind of lackluster. Red is like filler, 5 mana, deal 6 instant speed. Blue is it's just a vehicle with 3 toughness, which actually hurts. The green card is quite nice, but the red green is not a card I want to be in. And the white card, not that great in aggro, but great anywhere else. I think Factual is probably the strongest card here. That also goes well with what we have, but I think I can just cut off red by picking this, sending a super strong signal to the left. Alright, pack on pick 4. We're getting some good blue cards with this one. Ice Magic, 2 mana to bounce a creature, and 4 mana to put it on top or bottom, and the 8 mana mode that you almost never use. But yeah, it's there. Pretty strong interaction, and once you spend 4 mana on this, it triggers all the spend 4 mana on non-creature spell payoffs. So yeah, I like this card a lot. Laughing Man is a okay filler. It also triggers the paying 4 mana for non-creature spells with the flashback cost. Pack 1, pick 5. Well, pretty mediocre. Overall, I don't think I'm gonna take GF Ifrit, even though it's a red card. Green is like somewhat open. In that case, I think I prefer a Gongaga over a T-Rex Soar. Yeah, I'll take the land first before taking any spells. Pack 1, pick 6. There's another T-Rex Soar, but there's also a Blazing Bomb. It works super well if you are in exactly blue-red. And currently we have Light of Judgment, Choco Comet, and Ice Magic that can trigger the 4 mana on non-creature spell. And the white card is also certainly great. Crystal's Chosen, if you can get to 7 mana, it's good. And You Are Not Alone is a good combat trick. I'll take the Blazing Bomb here. Pack 1, pick 7. Retrieve the Esper is a decent feeler, especially in blue-red, because it triggers the 4 mana non-creature payoffs twice. 4 mana make a 3/3 and 6 mana make a 5/5. It's also a pretty good card to just discard or mail into, because you essentially draw a 6 mana 5/5 for late game. I'm gonna pick this. Pack 1, pick 8. Alright, yeah. I don't think blue-red is open, judging by what was getting opened. But white is probably the most open color, but I don't think I want to take something like Judge Magister Gabreth and completely ditch what I have. So I'll take a land. Pack 1, pick 9. Well, I think I have to take Paladin's Arms, which is the strongest card here. Well, I think white is certainly open that we should probably move into white instead of sticking to a color that's not open. And Labman is just not a good card in limited. Pack 1, pick 10. Well, that's a second Judge Magister with Sing, but the land is certainly not bad. Pack 1, pick 11, and yeah, Phantom Train with 2 Judge Magister. The white-black stack is definitely open, but looks like we are in white. I didn't take any of the white card before, but white certainly seems open. Not gonna play anything here, and not gonna play Haste Magic. Not gonna play Random Encounter, and now we are at pack 2, pick 1. Well, the red is just bad, straight up. And maybe I should just take an eject, and if red is like super not open, I just cut everything but safer and then splash for safer. That can be an option. Or if you want to be more wise, there's Slash of Lights or You're Not Alone. But I'll take eject here. Pack 2, pick 2. We got past the strongest red card, red common, Thunder Magic. 1 mana deal 2, 4 mana deal 4, or 6 mana deal 8. And if you spend 4 mana, it triggers the payoffs. Pretty strong interaction. That also plays into the blue-red if we are still playing it. But I certainly don't want to give up the red, especially when we have 2 strong cards like Choco, Comets, and Safer Amase. Primal Garuda is stronger in blue-white and weaker in red-white, but it's certainly also a good card. But maybe we can get all the good red cards from this direction, and then we got like just no red card. Period. Side quest play baseball is just bad. You don't want to use a 3-mana enchantment to get a +2/+0 every turn. But the white card is certainly the strongest card in this pack. 2 mana, 2/1 flying on your turn, and then you can just move the equipment around later. Pack 2, pick 4. We got Garuda, White Mage Staff. In a red-white deck, White Mage Staff is more synergistic. And Primal Garuda can just see no targets sometimes. But it still gives the flying. +1 flying. But if you are playing red-white, then I think I like a White Mage Staff more, and we are short on 2-drop for now. Pack 2, pick 5, we have a Prompto. As a filler 2-drop, we have Warrior Swords, that's good in both white, red, and blue, red. So I think Warrior Sword is gonna be the pick. I spent like another pick on the 2-drops in the previous pick, so I can pick a more expensive card here. Pack 2, pick 6, we have... I think I want to stick closer to red-white, so I'll pick Magister Infantry over Retrieve the Esper. And if we can pick a second one, this card just like becomes 10 times better. And this is like pack 2, pick 6, so I hope we can get another one soon enough. Pack 2, pick 7, Saber Tender is the card I don't want. And the green, well, green is open. Damn. Because Aerith Rescue Mission is such a filler card, but it is a non-creature spell, so you can trigger the payoffs if we have them. And it can end the game when you need it. Back to pick 8. A single place in blue and Slash of Light in red. Gonna pick Slash of Light. Works pretty well with cards like White Mage Staff and Dragoon's Lance, where it just counts as 2 instead of 1 because it counts both creatures and equipment. Yep, pack to pick 9. No one touched the Slash of Light or You're Not Alone, so I know we have to be in white. White is the most open color. And I know red is not open, but we certainly have enough good red cards. I'm gonna take Saber Tender instead of Fate of Suncrest, because Suncrest is such a filler removal, especially for aggressive deck. And then nothing here. And Coral as a filler filler creature, and this is as a better creature. definitely playing this over Sable Tender. Now we have 5 2-drop creatures, including Coral. Ideally, I want to kill this. And Adventurers in moving to pack 3, pick 1. Whoop, we got a pretty strong on-color gold card, Zidane, just extra freeze or something, and also against lifelink. But there's also Thunder Magic that I just cannot pass. I love Thunder Magic, it triggers Blazing Bomb. It is the best interaction in red, in common. And I think I want to take Thunder Magic and hope Zidane will. Yeah, hopefully no one takes Zidane. Please, don't ever think about splashing for it. Pack 3, pick 2, we got a Suplex, which is a decent interaction, and a Slash of Light, which probably gonna be passed. We also have a Stilizukin Mugo Merchant, which is basically a 1-mana 1/2 lifelink in this deck, which is not that great. I think I prefer Suplex, and we definitely have enough interactions for this deck. And then we got ourselves a Zidane versus Magitech Infantry versus a White Mage Staff. Oh boy. Alright, my voice is back. I suddenly got a phone call of some personal matters, so I have to answer the phone call right away. So yeah, there was a part without any audio. I was thinking of picking Magitech Infantry and Zidane in one of the packs, but I think Zidane is overall stronger and rare to see. I think both of it was a very tough decision, and we end up with like both anyways. So yeah, Magitech Infantry came back. We just pick it, and we're doing good. But what we are not doing good is the 3-drop department. But Magitech Infantry can certainly like help a little bit, because you can just pay 3 to activate it. And yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything left for us. But sadly, I have to pass some good 2-drops like a White Mage Staff. But yeah, we're certainly in the most open color, which is I'm a big fan of. And we got Light of Judgment, and that's a deck. Is there any more 3-drop that I can play? And yet, certainly don't need to play 2 Blazing Bomb for this deck. An Aerith Rescue Mission. Are we rescuing anything? It works well with the Slash of Light, but I think that's pretty much it. Yo. We are actually a little bit short on playables, especially on 3. So we have to play Summon Jip Ifrit. Choco Comet is also a scalable card. And we have 2 Zidane as the top end, and we have to play 17 lands. But yeah, we are actually a little bit short on playables, especially on 3. And yeah, the phone call also distracted me a little bit, so I may have made some better decisions there. I think we just go with a rescue mission and call it a day. Even though we have no way to pump the board, and the only thing it benefits is Slash of Light if we make 1/1s. I mean, it also makes the equipment better because we have more things to equip to. That's certainly something. Or we take a Haste Magic, which is a super duper filler combat trick. Is combat trick better than Aerith? But Aerith also triggers Blazing Bomb. Or can I place a second Blazing Bomb? How many cards triggers it? Choco 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting 5, so that's not high on the priority list. And also Aerith triggers it, so actually let's just play Aerith. And the number of cards 14, 11. But we also have Choco Comet, so even splits might be fine. Or we can go with more planes to make Magic Infantry more consistent. Alright, I think that I would call this deck right here. And I'm glad to see both Zidane and Magitech Infantry wield, so that the tough decision of Zidane or Infantry didn't matter at the end. But this deck can certainly help get more 3-drops. That's the part that can be improved on. Anyways, that is the deck. Let's head to the gameplay. Alright, game 1, we're going first. Got a perfect curve with 2 interactions, so we keep. And draw into a land, and yeah, we certainly don't need any more lands here. We only have 2 threats. If both of these get removed, we will pew pew UFO. I think we can just suplex this UFO before it gets any ramp value, and it's also just blocking a 2/2 right now. Exile target artifact. Attack and gain. And they're playing at least 3 colors. Shan Toto. Pretty annoying. But if they block, I can just Thunder Magic for 2. If they don't block, I just Thunder Magic for 4. Because I can't give them any card draw from this. But yeah, we draw 2 lands. And okay, good thing. They scooped. Okay, if they... Like, I think if they just play like a 4-mana 3/3, even something like that, and we draw 1 more land, they can just turn the whole thing around, because we are definitely not drawing anything after that point. Alright, that's easy win, I guess. But that also just showcased one of the biggest weaknesses of this deck is we have no mana sink, and we can be out of gas pretty soon. So is that the reason to play another Blazing Bomb on 1? Yeah, I think we should just go 16 and play another thing. It can be a Blazing Bomb or a Sable Tender. I'll just go with Blazing Bomb. Alright, so that's 1-0 heading into game 2. Alright, game 2. We need exactly one planes to play any creatures, so I think I'm just gonna mold this. If we go second, I will keep, because we have 2 interactions. But going first requires us being more active, and gonna have to keep this, even though we play nothing in the first couple hands. So hopefully this Safer can help us here. And Safer into Zidane, that's some pretty decent curve. But Safer only triggers when you attack alone, so that's something to look out for. Okay, at least they're not playing anything. Yeah, I bought him a untap land and play a tap land here, and okay, it doesn't matter at the end, which is good. But we did draw all the expensive stuff before drawing a 4th land. I'm definitely botting the 4th land there. I'm not regretting that choice. I'll just deal with that, period. We can also get something back with Safer. Alright, we drew into a creature. And then we need to draw a land for next draw. And then we can just Safer and attack for 4. Hopefully that's the case. Blitzball, okay. Draw into... Yes, perfect. Now we can just play our Safer, which gets the double strike value right away. And if they spend a removal on Safer, we can still attack with 2-1, but hopefully they don't have removal on Safer. But if they're playing black, most likely they have the Sephiroth's Intervention or reds with the Thunder Magic, both of which can deal with Safer. Vanille, okay, they play a value card, which is perfect because we can just attack with Safer alone. And then they have to block, otherwise Yeah, if they don't block, their vanilla dies anyways. So yeah, they have to block this. All right, eat their vanilla. They only got a war map back from the graveyard. Oh, yeah, they're stuck on your lands, which is music to our ears. But after that, say, I probably just don't care about safer double strike unless they presented a big creature. Yeah, ward map takes 2 mana to get a basic land for them, which is another big tempo loss because they only have 3 mana left to cast whatever they want. And so for white, yeah, they're playing a lot of colors, so the Blizzball makes sense. Ward map makes sense. Wow, we can also just Choco Comet for 1. But the Dwarven Castle card is the only good block anyways, so let's just play the White Mage Staff and re-equip cost 3. I can also just play the Choco Comet as for 2. But anyways, let's just do an all-out attack. Oh wait! I could have just played Choco Comet and get 2 3/2s. Yeah. I could have done that. Oh well. Yeah, I totally should have done that. And I think I should have just Choco Comets right after. Yeah, I don't think reading that was a good idea. Because it just presented one more White Aura size. I'm A-okay with that. Get rid of Safer. We still have 8 power on board. And if they play nothing and I draw a land, it's lethal with Choco Comet. Yep, draw a mountain, but we attack first. They have 2 mana. Not sure what that can be. And regardless of what they play, I'm just gonna Choco Comet here. Maybe it's just a Slash of Light that can only deal with Dwarven Castle Guard. Or the Sons of Alchrist that can just destroy a tap creature. Or Vein's Treachery, that too. Alright, that get rid of a bigger thing. Because we can just shoot them for 3. Yeah, on hindsight, it's still better to just Choco Comet right away. And hopefully get the safer value. And then yeah, with the Zidane, they just lose on the spot. We just steal their Rufus, and we can also get a Dark Star, even though it doesn't matter. And yeah, they are taking 6 at least. Yep, we got it. Alright, so yeah, for this game, the most crucial turn is the turn we hit a land. So we draw into a creature that we can play, and then we hit a land, and the opponent also stucks on 4 and have to spend a ward map to get another land, and they have to chump block with a new. So that's the biggest reason why we got this. And also, I still regret not playing the Choco Comet right away, so that the Safer might get a copy of it. But in that case, they just block Safer, and I don't get the copy. But even if I don't get a copy, I still get the 2 drop on the board. So yeah, that's pretty good already. 2-0 heading into game 3. Alright, game 3, we got a 2-drop into a 2-drop with a Slash of Light, so 6 cards is immediately playable. Hitting land 5 gets a Zidane, so it's certainly a keepable hand. I think I want to play White Mage Staff first because it just makes Slash of Light better right off the bat. But do I slash, or do I play a creature? It all depends on what they play. If they play a Sahagin, I can just pack dice. Okay, I have the discard land, and then we draw a land regardless, so that's fine. We just play a Coral, attacks for 2. We still need the 5th land drop, but ideally I want to draw into any 4 drop of this deck. For this turn, and Coral can tap something, which is nice. Alright, draw into a Dwarven Castleguard, which can be played. So I'll play it right now because it makes Slash of Lights better, in case they have something in their sleeves. And we're slowly getting life here, which doesn't matter in our decks, most likely. And then drawing a 5th land gets us Zidane. And if they don't have the Hectites, I would have that guaranteed. But now we have to pop deck into it. But even if we don't draw into that, I think I don't want to Zidane right now because we can just... No, I don't want to Slash right now because I could... If we draw a land, we can just Zidane that. And we did draw a land, so I'm just gonna Zidane it. And I can't sacrifice the Namazu Trader itself. Do I actually want to sacrifice anything? I don't... Do I value this Surveil too? I can't even sacrifice itself. Dwarven Castleguard is getting blocked by Hectites, but that's like one less blocker. Nope. I value my board state. So yeah, no Slash of Lights that turn is a better move, I think. And yeah, Zidane only makes a treasure after we return the creature. But I would love to sacrifice this, but we don't have the chance. Alright, we can Slash of Light the Shiva. And we can't tap Shiva with what we have, with the Coral, but we can tap down the Namazu Trader and then go all in. So we Slash the Shiva. Or I could play Paladin's Arms, but if I attack all, I think tapping is better. And no matter what kind of plays we do, like doing auto attack or play Paladin's Arms, we are gonna have we're gonna have like 4 creatures on board for sure. And now if we do an all-out attack, they just boop boop. They block the 2 biggest thing, and I only get it in for 1, which is not great. So let's just oh yeah, Syncopate is in this format, but Quench isn't. Or they just play a counter spell, which is just counters anything. Well. Yep, play out both of these and the pass. And wait for the best chance to strike. Shiva is going away next turn for sure. And they're only holding 2 cards. They are drawing 1 card at least. Unless they use something like Stuck, which means they draw 2 cards at least. And yeah, my attacks are not good. Period. Okay, Zidane. I can just Zidane the Shiva and then attack for all. But first thing first, does Zidane get countered? And yep, looks like they have no answer to Zidane, so we just got there. Easy as that. Oh, that's some pretty good top deck. And yeah, Zidane is a pretty powerful card if you're doing aggro. And now we are at a very comfortable 3-0, I think. So yep, we're at a comfortable 3-0 heading into game 4. Alright, game 4, we start with 3 lands and 3 castable spells off the bat. So yeah, certainly keeping this. And we also got Zidane, just like the last time. And Zidane is quite nice. Alright, we draw into a 2-drop, which is perfect. They play Astrologian Planisphere, and I can suplex that before things goes out of hand, and I think I should do it. Giving them a 1-1, but yeah, this can go really out of hand. Yeah, Dreams. Dreams just triggers that. Oh no, Dreams only draws 1 card, so it doesn't trigger the draw 3rd card each turn, but Dreams will give a counter for sure. Alright, drawing to a Thunder Magic, but let's just play a Paladin's Arms, and then we can have a Casper card and a Thunder Magic for 2. Dragoon's Wyvern. Ooh. Oh, Choco Comet can be played the next turn. I can just Thunder Magic that. But if I attack, I trade into 2 heroes. I'm gonna trade into the 2 heroes regardless, so I think I'll just attack here. Because yeah, Dwarven Castle Guard are 2/1s. But I can also wait on the heroes because Choco Comet also deals with them. Huh. Maybe that's a better line. They just play nothing. So for this turn, I think we can just Dwarven Castle Guard and move equipment. Oh, 4 to do it. I think it's fine to just play out because we have a Zidane. This is gonna get nets us a lot of damage. And yeah, because of Choco Comet, it's certainly better to just to wait for a turn on that turn. Well, safer doesn't matter too much because we are attacking with everything anyways. And then safer can get back suplex Thunder Magic Choco Comet if it gets in. And if they only play like one big thing, then they're like basically done. Let's attack first. And yep, that's understandable. And we can still play Warrior Sword, and they're still in a really bad spot, especially when I have a Zidane in hand. That just answers any single blocker. Almost every blocker they can play. And yeah, they're just not having a good time. And yeah, let's look at what they played. Uthros, which is Surveil 1, go to graveyard because they were stuck on 3 for a turn. This is a strong card if they can get that working. And Dragoon's Byron is also a pretty strong card. And the Planisphere also a strong card, but we answered all of them and they are stuck on. They probably have like their low cost cards doesn't impact the board, and they don't have enough land to play any 6-drops or stuff. But any 6-drop they played, you'll lose them the game because of Zidane. But that doesn't matter anyways. Now we are at 4-0 heading into game 5. Alright, here we are at game 5. We have 4 playable cards, and drawing a mountain unlocks Blazing Bomb and Warrior Sword. And even if we draw a 3rd planes, we can still pay 3 for the match that infantry. I'll keep this, although this is a very risky hand. But if we draw a mountain, this hand just like becomes a million times better. And then we didn't draw a mountain. But it's still, the hand is still functioning so far. And yeah, the hand is still functioning so far. I'll just activate this and play it right now. And yeah, please, mountain. And they play a 1 toughness. Okay, that's not a mountain, but it unlocks Zidane for next turn. And sadly, I don't have a 3rd infantry, otherwise it'll be great here. And the infantry got shut down. But it'll turn back online after I play the sword. Circle power. Alright, that's fine. That doesn't block anything. we have. And then we drew a mountain. But drawing a mountain here means we can just Blazing Bomb and Warrior Sword. Makes a bomb a 2/2 and enables Magic Deck Infantry, attack for 4. And they block right away. Might indicate a board wipe because that can block a 4/3 as well. Gaius when Bowser is just gonna remove a creature token. And then they just lose because Zidane, because Zidane's good. And yeah, I have like a million ways to win in this hand. They're just not doing anything. And boop. Oh. Yeah, pretty straightforward game. We are stuck on red for like one turn. But we drew the tap source, but that's still enough to get the game going. Now we are at a very comfortable 5-0 heading into game 6. Alright, game 6 going first, and we have a perfect curve. Everything here can be played. A 4th land unlocks on Warrior Sword, so perfect keep. And the 2-drop White Mage stuff also just make an infantry a 2/1 right away. And the infantry is our 3-drop. Or we play a Choco Comets if they have a 1-toughness stuff that we want to remove. Alright, good thing they don't play a Blazing Bomb. I would not like a Blazing Bomb here, because you can get rid of the infantry. Red Mage Rapier. Okay. In that case, I can just Choco Comets for 1. So that's our Magic Deck Infantry doesn't trade into that. Attack for 4. Oh. They play a second Rapier. I can Thunder Magic that. I can Suplex that. Or I can just activate Magic Deck Infantry anyways and save this for some better stuff. I'll just activate Infantry. And they're at 4. And it's called the Mountain Chocobo, which doesn't even block anything I have on the board. But still, I'll just play yeah, since I didn't draw a land, I'll just respect it by removing it and play a Blazing Bomb. And they're down to 4, while we are still at 3 lands. Which is certainly something. Is there a board wipe? Nope, nope, nope. Fire Crystal, that doesn't do it. Yep, oh. Just 3 lands. We just need 3 lands to win. And aggro's are so strong when you can play everything on curve. And now we are at like straight up 6-0 with this aggro deck. And heading into potentially the final game, game 7. Alright, game 7. Opponents goes first, and this is a super reactive hand, so I lean towards keeping. And opponents just mulligan twice, which is good news for us. And yeah, they're like down to 5 already. Okay, drawing to a white source, so that's perfect. And that's a Garnet. I think I want to just answer Garnet right now, before Garnet does anything. It's also lifelink, so it's just better to remove it. And the Gated Cat. Ugh. In that case, yeah, the Suplex could have dealt with Gated Cat, but Gated Cat is not a threat anyways, so that's fine. And Thunder Magic can deal with 4. Venat. Yeah, because I'm dealing with Venat anyways. When you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. The worst thing that can happen is they have a legendary spell in their hands, so I'll just get rid of that. Or I can play my own threat and give them the card. You know what? Playing my own threat here. And hopefully they don't just play a legendary and make me Yeah, White Warsaw is fine. But we do lose. Okay, that's not fine at all. And yeah, at least I have like one turn window of destroying it. But yeah, I certainly regret my choice there. I give them like a one turn window, and then they just play a Zac Fair, which triggers it. Blow it up. And I can block Zac Fair or I can attack. Oh! Oh yeah, they can double block, but I can still just trade with Zac Fair, which is like certainly fine. So Zac Fair can get really annoying when they have... Like, if they have a second artifact, Zac Fair will be super duper annoying, and yep, looks like they have nothing else. We can White Mage Staff and activate, or we can play Era's Rescue Mission. I think I'll play a White Mage Staff first. We are slowly getting chipped by the Gator Cat. Vanille gets back anything, including the Nat. So yeah, the Nat is... But they're not getting back the Nat, they get back Paladin Arms because it makes Gator Cat better. That also makes a lot of sense. And yeah, this turn is activate this and then take the one. Drew a mountain. They can play Paladin's Arms and make Gator Cats 3, which is something I really don't want to see. I think the best course of action is just to blow that up before they get to attack for 3. We play the long game now. We're at the end game. Paladin of Arms. And yeah, we still have some relatively good blocks here. And we get our own Era's Rescue Mission. And the Dwarven Castle Guard. So yeah, the entire board is start at this point. Or I can still just attack with... I can just attack with the hero too, because I'm gonna gain 1 life. But I do lose a hero by doing that. They can block... No, I don't have to lose it, they have to block it, I mean. So it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Make that a 3-2, but he just trades. Yeah, we just need to make some 1-for-1 trades here and there. And then we drew a Safer Almase. Safer can recur suplex and Thunder Magic. But yeah, let's just play a Safer and then we make some pretty good single attack. Yep, that's a good attack. And they should have Slash of Light right away, because I'm still getting the value. So yeah, they took the 4 damage that they shouldn't take. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just gonna stack everything. I can't stack the 5, but I think that's fine. Do you want double block? Or single block? Yeah. Perfectly fine with that exchange. Maybe I should play planes so I can... Uh-oh. Whoop! That suddenly looks bad. But it's not... It's still manageable, I think. Well, +3/+2, so this eats their 2/2 attacker. I'll just play this out. If they attack with everything, I want to make some good block there, bad block there, and I can think I can manage, hopefully. Unless they have like Urons, whatever thing, the 3-mana War Pump in white. Oh, they're not alone, which is sad. I am alone, but they are not alone, and the mana doesn't work out no matter how I put it. And then we go to 1, if we leak 1 through, and they can draw a card with the Elegant Eye. So yeah, then the Crystal Chosen turned the whole thing around for them. Good for them, good for them, and yeah, looks like that's it. Oh, opponent milled to 5, but the Crystal's Chosen. Ooh. And I also gave them 1 more card with Vanilla, which I certainly regret. Well, it can't be helped. 6-1, heading into game 8. Alright, game 8, opponent goes first. We have Magic Infantry, Blazing Bomb, and Slash of Lights. Gonna keep this. Man. Okay. Drew our second infantry, so we can't activate it anymore. Which is sad news. I think I'm gonna play a mountain and just play everything out without attacking. Because that makes Slash of Lights better. If I were to attack, I want to attack with everyone. Or like a Blazing Bomb trade into a Monk's Fist. That can be good too, because the others are 2-1 and Blazing Bomb is 1-1 until I play the Warrior Sword. Or I can just not block and trade our life total with them. And yep, they played a cat. Yeah, I think the best course of action is just to slash that, even that if that means we're playing off curve and attack with everything, because we're getting some lead on life totals. Chief Ifrit. If I drew a land, that would be the best draw. So I hope that's the case, because I can just draw into a land for Warrior Sword. I drew into a Thunder Magic. I can still just Blazing Bomb the hero and then play it our own Ifrit. Discard Paladin's Arms. Because I'm gonna hit lands more often than not. And Blazing Bomb the 1, the 2-1. Yep, draw into a land. And if I draw a land again, I just discard that. Rolban auto-equip on attack, but they only have that, so... Yep, I just discard any more lands I drew and the steel lands. And I can't double spell because... Because I only have 1 red. But I can certainly just trade it with everything, and I still have Warrior Sword after that, so... Auto attack here. And if they use Trick, I can just eat them. Eat them alive with Thunder Magic. Trick is not happening, so we just play our own Warrior Sword. And Zidane, we're gonna be a very powerful top deck here. The worst case scenario is we draw a land, but that means we still have a Thunder Magic. Samurai's Katana. Alright, at this state of the game, it's not the strongest card, so I'm fine with that. If they just spend 2 mana to equip, and I drew a Zidane, nope, that's not a Zidane, but we can just Thunder Magic that and getting for a lot. Yep, they go to 3. They only have 2 cards. If they present a blocker, I can only get in for 2. well, they present a blocker and a removal, but we got our Zidane, so yeah, Zidane counting just right on time, and we got the win. All right, so yeah, Zidane is definitely the biggest MVP of this run. Just get us the win at the end by stealing opponents' blockers and turn the blockers against them. And the life link will matter in some matchups, even though it never comes up in any games we have played, because we are always on the beatdown. So we don't need the life. We don't need the life. But yeah, life link will be important in some matchups, like the aggro versus aggro, and this will help you win the race. Also gives you the treasure, and the treasure can be used for some like interaction, combat trick, or whatnot, which can be useful. Even though we play 0 combat trick in this deck, our interactions are solely removal with 2 Thunder Magic, which is pretty premium, 2 Slash of Light, which gets better with like the equipments like Paladin's Arms, Dragoon's Lance, which we never drew in all 8 games we've played, and also White Mage Staff. White Mage Staff is also a good card. Dwarven Castle Guard is a fine 2-drop. It is close to the Pretending Poxbearer in Avatar: Last Airbender. Poxbearer is better because it's a hybrid white and black, so it can be played in any deck that plays white or black. But yeah, this kind of card is always decent. And 2 Magita Infantries that helps us with the 3-drop slots, because you can just pay 3 to get another one. And we are pretty lack on 3-drop, and that's why we play Summon GF Efforts. Ideally, I don't want to play this, but it did help us in the last game, where we need to draw a 4th land and get rid of our 5th land. Oh, to be exact, 6. Was it 6th land or 5th land? But yeah. Rummaging and looting effect is always good. And also, our rare Cypher Almasi gets us some double strike damage. Even though we never get to cast anything from the graveyard, the double strike ability is just good enough for him. Yeah, Choco Comet, very flexible card. You can use it to donk your opponents, you can get rid of something while still have a Chocoball in the play, or you can just pay 2 to get a Chocoball, which is not on rates, but not a worth thing to do, especially when you need all the threats, put all threats on the board so you can have a lethal next turn. But yeah, by far the best card here, Zidane. It's just so powerful. As long as you're doing aggro, just play this and then immediately win the game with the Astral Treason effect. And even if you don't win the game right away, you still have a Zidane on board, and you also gain a treasure. And your opponent's gonna probably lost so much life from the turn you play Zidane, so they're most likely just dead next turn anyways, unless they have some comeback like board wipe or a lot of removals or something like that. Alright, that's it for my first return to Final Fantasy after the launch of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's glad to see this set is still doing so well. Yeah, I'll play like more of this set when Final Fantasy is still around for probably a week. I haven't checked the announcements, but usually when there's a flashback draft, it lasts for a week. So yeah, I love Final Fantasy. This is easily the best format of 2025 in my opinion. And Avatar is also a pretty decent format, but I don't think it's anywhere close to Final Fantasy. In fact, no set is close in 2025 alone. And if we count all years, like since when I started playing, like since the start of Eldraine, I still can't think of any set that's closer to Final Fantasy. Yeah, this is just a good set. And yeah, Duskmourn is also a good set, but Duskmourn is... Maybe Duskmourn, yeah. Maybe Duskmourn can be a close follow-up to Final Fantasy. So yeah, they're set. Thank you guys so much for watching my draft, and see you in the next one.